Why does it seem like we can never get a good night's sleep? Between getting sucked into Netflix and TikToks until 3 a.m. and having to wake up way earlier than we ever want to, the feeling of ample rest is one that few remember. And in a world where sleep deprivation is the easiest way to shorten life expectancy, poor rest is basically a death sentence. And that scares me. So what can we do about it? If it meant literally adding time to your life, would you be willing to make some changes? I've spent a lot of time over the past months researching rest and how to get the best sleep possible. And I'm about to share everything that I've discovered with you. So if you enjoy the video or if you find it helpful, please subscribe here to my YouTube channel. I work hard on these videos and I really enjoy creating them as well. So the way I see it, you can divide sleep into 3 sections. You've got before, which is basically everything leading up to going to sleep. During, which is quite obviously sleeping, surprise, and after, which includes everything that happens in the morning. It all starts with your bedtime routine. Hopefully you're brushing your teeth, maybe you're setting out your clothes for the next day. Your bedtime routine is essentially everything you do to prepare to go to sleep. Next comes winding down, which I would describe as kind of slowly powering down your brain and your body so that by the time you try to fall asleep, everything's going to be cooperating with each other. Reading is a great example of that. And then once you're winded down and hopefully feeling a bit sleepy, it's time to actually fall asleep. And for some, it's as simple as closing your eyelids and letting the darkness do the rest. But for others, it can involve sound machines, light patterns, even the classic counting sheep technique. So you're asleep. We've heard that a solid 8 hours is recommended each night, but we've also heard that the number varies by the person. But there's actually a lot that's going on in the background just than the amount of sleep that we're getting each night. Like sleep environment, for example. That's things like the temperature of your room and your bed, the lighting. Is it completely dark, or is there maybe a charger giving off light somewhere, maybe a street lamp outside your window? Even the material of your blankets and your pajamas can affect your comfort. Besides all this, there's also sleep cycles and melatonin levels and other science-y stuff to consider. Getting a great sleep never really seemed so complex until now, right? Waking up can be the hardest part of a good night's sleep. And the fact is that with increasingly busier lives, we prioritize crawling out of bed at a certain time over getting the rest that our body and our mind really needs. The ideal ways to get woken up involve utilizing the body's natural cues to start another day, and then it's as simple as following through and reaping the fruit of our preparation the night before to make it a great day. But I'm guessing this isn't what it looks like for you now. And chances are, if you're like I was, you stay up streaming TV or gaming until an hour that has an AM at the end of it. And when you decide you've had enough, or your eyes just plain hurt, whichever comes first, you roll into bed and charge your phone by your side, and that last check of my social media turns into an endless scroll. You wake up feeling anything but rested, maybe even hungover, and you're definitely not motivated to be your best that day. And if this sounds familiar, you're not alone. According to the CDC, 1 in 3 adults aren't getting enough sleep on a regular basis. And they also say that poor sleep increases risk of developing chronic conditions like obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. But don't worry, none of that has to be your future. Here's what I found works for me to consistently get the quality sleep that I need. Before I do anything else, I figure out what time I need to wake up in the morning. I usually shoot for 7.5 hours of sleep, and if I have to get less than that, I decrease it in intervals of 90 minutes. And this is because the average sleep cycle from start to finish, you guessed it, is approximately 90 minutes. And it's better to wake up between cycles rather than during one. Then I start preparing for bed about an hour before I actually want to be asleep. That gives me enough time for a simple routine before I wind down. I plan out my next day on Google Calendar, pick out an outfit for the next day, and tidy up if anything's out of place. right before brushing my teeth. To wind down, I'll read a book. I don't really like reading, but I'll try, or I'll spend some time journaling, and I'll just try to focus on being still and breathing. It's really important to limit your exposure to blue light as well, about 30 minutes before going to sleep. So I get my alarm set, but then I put my phone on the charger across the room, and that way I'm not on it in bed, but also I have to get up to turn it off in the morning. And also I find my mind is really active, and it's hard to fall asleep, so I really focus on breathing with my eyes closed, and that helps me fall asleep. Now I like it dark in my room. There's one small window that lets a bit of light in, but it's not really enough to disturb my sleep, and it's just enough to help me see if I need to get up or something like that. Also, I'm a big box fan person. Let me know in the comments if you're in the box fan gang as well. I mainly like the sound, honestly, but it also kind of keeps me cool in the summer. And I have a space heater that keeps me warm in the winter as well. For me, soft blankets are the way to go. I've tried weighted ones in the past. Those are great too, especially if you're alone. Those are really comfortable. Personally, I'm not a pajamas person. Just like taking off your shoes to let your feet breathe, I see that as a chance to ditch the clothes for a while. Depending on what the day looks like and where I need to be, my routine changes, but typically I get right out of bed. I actually have some help doing that besides my alarm on my phone. My Amazon Echo turns on my light, simulating a sunrise, and also turns off my fan, and I find that change in sound actually helps my brain know what's up as well. I always weigh in first thing in the morning, and then I jump straight into the shower, or if I'm working out that day, I'll do that. I have a 5-minute video that kind of counts down from 5 minutes that helps me get in and out quickly. And then I put on the outfit I laid out before, breakfast, out the door, and on to work. That's pretty much it. That's how I get the best sleep that I ever have. So hopefully you enjoyed the video and you learned something from it. If so, definitely subscribe to my channel for more videos. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks to everybody who's already subscribed, by the way. If you have any questions about my routine or just about sleep in general, be sure to fire away in the comments. While you're there, let me know of any other video ideas that you'd like to see in the future. My name is Alan, much love, and I'll see you in the next one.